Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Two Nerds in a Podcast. Today's episode, I figured, well, Jamie doesn't know what we're doing,
I have no idea. Absolutely none.
but I figured we talked about your celebrity crush.
We did, Mr. Pedro Pascal.
Now I feel like we have to talk about my celebrity crush, which is not really a
Ooh.
celebrity.
Okay. I was about
I
to
use
say.
the term, I use the term celebrity
Loosely.
very loosely. Actually, not even a real person.
Okay.
My
So it's
celebrity,
your fictional.
my fictional,
Your fictional
love of my life.
crush. Yeah.
Yes. Because when we were talking about, if you listen to our last episode, we talked about One Piece, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
man, we haven't talked about anime in a good while, and I love
True.
anime.
You do.
And now that you're watching anime, you can jump on the bandwagon of loving fictional anime characters.
Absolutely.
So if you don't know, which all of my friends know because I'm obsessed with him, my favorite anime character, the love of my life, I would die for that fictional man, is Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. That beautiful 6'2" white haired man. This is the love of my life. And he's not even real.
Oh. Okay, so now I have never seen Jujutsu Kaisen.
No.
I do know a little bit because Kacie obviously doesn't shut up about it, but also our friend Wyatt also talks about Jujutsu Kaisen, and I like to think I'm a really good listener, and that you both just talk to me about things even though I don't know who you're talking about or what you're talking about. So they both talk to me about Jujutsu Kaisen. So I do know who Gojo is because he's
Yes.
everywhere
I
across
mean, yeah, if you
Casey's everything's.
yeah, he literally, there's like, I don't even think there's any corner of any part of my life that Gojo's not a part of. Like, I literally have like him as a figure on my desk at work.
I was about to say he's at your place of work, so
Yeah, like he just chills on my desk at work.
you put him in the nativity scene, right? He's the one that you put in there
Yes, I did. I did.
during Christmas.
I did. I replaced I replaced the little baby Jesus with Gojo because I was like, this is fitting. He's basically Jesus, God,
Yeah.
you know? So I was like, this is fitting. And then I was like, look at, I showed all my friends. I was like, look at how funny this is. They were
And
like,
they're
aren't you
like,
supposed to be working?
okay. No, it's Christmas. We don't work around Christmas.
Yeah, this is me working. What do you mean? But yeah, if there was any way possible for me to like have him,
In any
like
way, shape, or form.
in any way, shape, or form. That's why I substitute it with like stuff. Like I literally have a tattoo. Like he takes up most of my leg.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's just wonderful, beautiful. Love him. I wish that anime men were real, but they aren't, and it breaks my heart.
Yes. Okay. So, can I ask you? Obviously, if you have two working eyeballs, you know that Gojo is pretty. But besides
Beautiful.
Gojo being pretty, what do you like about Go? Like how, like when you started watching Jujutsu Kaisen, did he just like appear on screen and you went, "Yep, that one," or did
Yeah.
something he did make you fall in love with him?
So Gojo is a very, how do I describe it? Like his character is very, like he's very strong, but
Mm-hmm.
he's very, and he knows he's strong. That like that's his personality. Like he's strong and he knows he's strong, and he's very full of himself, but for good reason.
Mm-hmm.
I also absolutely love his voice actor. I
Mm.
think that when they were casting his voice act, the Japanese, I watch it in
Yeah.
sub because I'm one of those anime people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but his like sub voice actor, oh, chef's kiss, love him so much. He's in a couple things that I've seen, and just so good. But like, yeah, no, he is beautiful. And like the moment where I was like, this is my man and nobody's gonna
Mhm.
take my man is like
Mhm.
the first time that he takes his blindfold off. And like, because he's got like obviously the eyes, like everybody
Yeah.
knows. He's got like these beautiful blue, ocean blue eyes with the wide eyelashes. I was
Mhm.
like I was like, "This is it. This is it. This is my man,
You're like,
and
"He's it.
and I'm
That's
gonna
the
stick
one."
by him." Yes. I'm gonna stick by him until the end. He can do no wrong. And
Mhm.
he can't. Let's do spoiler warning if you haven't seen
Mhm.
Jujutsu Kaisen, or if you haven't read the manga, or I
You're
don't
not
know.
on the internet.
Yeah, you're not on the internet because it's literally like everywhere. But Gojo's having a rough time in the anime and the manga right now.
He's the
He's
one that's in half, right? Is he the one
yeah.
that's in
So in
half?
the
Okay.
yeah, so in the manga, he's like ripped in half. They haven't confirmed whether he's dead or not, but like he is split into two.
Yeah.
So
So that's normally not a good
um,
sign.
yeah, I'm like just like tape them back together, like please. And in the anime, he's sealed up in a box.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like sealed up in this like prison realm. And he's just chilling in there. So for as much as everybody loves Gojo, we don't get a lot of him. We don't get a lot of him. We get some flashbacks, and the moments we do get with him, listen, we cherish that and we hold it with us forever.
Mhm. Mhm. But I was just going to say like I mean, I know like he's cut in half or sealed in a box. But listen, I'm a supernatural girly, and Dean Winchester has died many a time over the course of the 15 seasons of Supernatural. So I'd like to think that I can toss you some supernatural energy and have that happen for Gojo, where he just magically comes back, whether it's believable or not.
Yeah, I mean it's anime, so anything can happen.
I wish that upon you.
Yeah. I also wish it upon me because I just can't live without him, you know? Like I know he's not real, but like
But absolutely not. He can't be dead
but he's
dead.
real to me.
He can only be
He's real to
supernatural
me.
dead, which is where they come
Yeah, like
back
he's just
later.
yeah, he's just chilling. He's just taking a little nap. He's just like he's fine. But you have been watching One Piece. I've never seen One Piece. If you listen to our last episode, you know I have never seen One Piece.
Mhm.
And I may or may not ever start it. I'm leaning towards not because that's terrifying. Um,
But they're remaking it, so it'll be shorter. So
yes.
hopefully it'll be short enough for you to be like, okay,
Yeah, I'm just like, man, that a thousand over a thousand
over a
episodes, like
thousand
I can hardly
episodes.
get through like an anime that's like 100 episodes. I'm like, that is so many episodes, and like I love anime, but I'm just like, I have to like hyper focus on it.
Yeah.
But do you have any fictional? Now I don't know these characters, but that's okay
No,
because
you don't.
you
That's
don't.
okay. Because I don't
But
know
you have any
Gojo, so it's
fictional
fine.
crushes in One
Yes.
Piece?
Yes, I do.
Oh, wonderful.
I have 3 so far. Actually, we're going to make that 4. 2 of them we haven't seen a whole lot, so I'll name all of them and then we'll go into detail. So it's I would say Sanji is probably my favorite, but that's partially because the actor in the live action super hot. But also Sanji is just one of those characters that I always gravitate towards. He reminds me a lot of Dean Winchester in certain ways, and apparently it's my type. But it's Sanji, Zoro, Shanks, and I'm gonna add Ace on there. I haven't Ace, who I found. I'm gonna spoil it for you a little bit, Kacie, but you won't remember, and it won't matter if you don't
I
ever
won't.
watch it.
By the time I probably get to that, by the time I ever watch it slash get to that episode, I won't remember.
Yeah, it'll just be gone from your mind forever. Ace is actually Luffy's older brother, and Luffy is the main guy with the straw
Mhm.
hat in One Piece. So Ace is his older brother, and I just finished through the Alabasta arc, and so we only get Ace for like I think it's like maybe 5 episodes, if that. But here's the thing: Ace one older brother automatically checks a box for me because I've noticed all of the characters I'm in love with for shows and stuff tend to be the older sibling. So done. Two, Ace walks around with no shirt at all times and black cargo pants and like a cowboy styled hat. So automatically checking boxes. He's got abs. He's a very fine specimen.
You're like
But I
all the
don't.
red flags.
Yeah, all the red flags. He has eaten a devil fruit, so he has powers. Also, another thing that I like. But he's the one I've had the least amount of time with. So I don't know his full personality yet. I know he gets a lot more story time later. So I don't know how far into One Piece I have to get more Ace. Um, Also, Shanks I haven't had a lot of time with either, but he's basically like Luffy's, I would say, father-ish figure because like Shanks is the one that gives Luffy the straw hat and tells him that he's going to be a good pirate and basically like sets him on his pirate adventure. He's also partially why Luffy ate his devil fruit in the first place, because Shanks, like an idiot, left the devil fruit on the counter, and Luffy is a freaking vacuum who eats everything in sight. So he was mad at Shanks, and
Same.
he's like, you know what? I'm gonna eat your double. I'm gonna eat this thing that you have on the counter, and so that's why Luffy has powers. But Shanks is part of the red-haired pirates. I believe he is the captain, if I'm not mistaken. Also, again, actor in the live-action version, hot. So I'm good. Also, he does the thing where he saves Luffy from this giant sea monster thing and like loses an arm in the process. So he's already out here saving children in the ocean. So I'm sold. And then Sanji and Zoro are regulars. They're the first two people, I believe, if I remember correctly, that Luffy just kind of goes, okay, you're part of the crew. Get on. Zoro is the one he can fight with 3 swords at once. He's the one with the green hair. He's got 3 swords.
Oh,
He's got the
Okay,
three
okay, okay.
earrings. Yeah.
Yeah.
His actor also in the live action version, very cute. But I have seen pictures and stuff from the later seasons of One Piece, and also I got a Zoro sticker. He's got lots of abs and he's got scars, and his personality so far, he's very sarcastic, very like standoffish, but he also gets lost. Like he has no sense of direction whatsoever. Um, I, on the other hand, have a good sense of direction, so I feel like if we were a couple, we'd be great. Also, just be fluent sarcasm the whole time.
I have a terrible sense. I have a terrible sense of direction,
You
so
do.
yeah, I do. I'm very
Yeah.
bad at
So if I
direction.
sent you on a task with Zoro, you both would be lost. You would lose each
Yeah.
other. You somehow. Like you guys wouldn't even
Yeah.
stick together. You would just be like completely different
I'm just
sides of
wandering
the
around.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think it's funny that okay, I feel like our taste in like real and like anime men are
Mm-hmm.
different, like vastly
Mm-hmm.
different. Like Gojo obviously is like the love of my life. I love him so much.
Yeah.
And he's very like cuz he's very but I love him like he's tall and he's lanky and
Mm-hmm.
he's like this like just scrawny little like he's not like scrawny, but like I feel like we have like very different taste in like our fictional men because I don't know where I was going with this. My brain is just like
Your brain's like, okay, full stop, you're done. um,
yeah, we're done with that conversation
I
actually.
feel like for you and I, just in general, like the entire time we've known each other, I feel like we've had very little crossover of who we find attractive, both physically and personality wise.
Mhm.
But I feel like, and I don't know if it's just because we're both grandmas now, or if it's
Yeah.
just because we've seen a lot more things. Um, we've had quite a lot of similar taste in men, not completely the same, but very similar. Like we both love Joel from The Last of Us. Um, who else do we like? I feel like we both love basically any Pedro character. You and I are both in, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Especially Jamie. She loves, as what did Wyatt say? Hairy
Yeah,
old men. That's what you're
Harry
into.
dads, Harry dads, which honestly is so true. I was literally Kacie and I talked about doing in the future, so make sure you subscribe, some Stranger Things discussions, right? So I've started rewatching season 1 because it's been a long time, and I'm just gonna throw this out here. When I watched Stranger Things through the first time, I wasn't even looking at anybody. I mean, don't get me wrong, Steve Harrington, he's cute. Jonathan Byers, also cute. But I wasn't, until Eddie Munson showed up, I wasn't like, it was take or leave as far as attractive men. Now that I am rewatching, Hopper is hitting me different this time around.
Oh
And
yeah.
so,
Yeah.
like, I always thought David Harbour has beautiful eyes. I love his cute little smile. But, like, this time around, I'm going to call it, I got the big boy upgrade installed into me, right? So, if he's a big boy and he's an older man, I am, like, all in now. So, just like, oh my God, Wyatt was
See,
right
and I love Steve. I'm like, I've ridden the Steve train
forever.
through and
Mm-hmm.
through. Yes. I love Steve. I also love Eddie so much. Oh, I can't wait
Eddie.
for our Stranger Things
Ah!
discussion
It's gonna be so
because
good.
I'm a w- we love Stranger Things in this
We
house.
do, and we love the men of Stranger Things in this household. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, yeah, I got the big boy upgrade installed. So now that I'm watching things, like my eyes are now going from the people who are my age, surprisingly, to again the people who are like 20 years my senior, and I'm like, yeah, yeah.
That's my man, and I'm gonna stick
Yep,
by him until the
yep.
end.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very excited for our Stranger Things. But as far as I feel like animated men, I'm gonna have to watch Jujutsu Kaisen now to understand.
Yeah, honestly, because okay, not even just like, first off, it's a great anime.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from all of the beautiful anime men that are in there, which there's a lot of them, um, like a lot of them, but like a lot of them, um, but it is very good. It's very sad, and you will cry if you watch it. I mean, cry. I cry a lot, but
Yeah, I was about to
like
say you cry and
I cried
everything.
watching
I
that.
cried in One Piece. I cried
Yeah.
in One Piece for the first time. So,
It's always I feel like it hurts
oh
differently
yeah, for sure.
crying over an anime because I'm like, they're not even real.
Yeah, they're like truly not
I'm
even.
like,
It's
it's
not
literally a
even.
drawing.
Yeah, it's literally somebody voicing this drawing on a piece of paper that's on my screen now. Like,
Oh yeah, that's we love it. But yeah, no, it's very good. It's super, like, it's action packed,
mm-hmm,
it's a shonen, so it's very much like it follows like the generic shonen path,
mm-hmm.
but it's very good. I'd highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. One of my favorites. Probably I would say that is in my big 3 of anime for
Wow.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
again because Kacie and I are friends and obviously we follow each other on social media, so I get suggested things that like is in our just general wheelhouse. And so I get a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen things like coming my way, especially cuz in the group chat between Kacie, Wyatt and we send all kinds of memes and reels and stuff back and forth. And so obviously I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen reels and looking at pictures and whatever. So they're like, oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. So I do have to say that the fan art that comes out of just the anime community in general, but specifically Jujutsu Kaisen, is chef kiss. I don't even know who these people
Oh
are,
yeah.
but my god, some of the art is absolutely stunning, but also I really love when it's like the chibi style and it just looks absolutely adorable, and they're like covered in like little sparkles and they just look like happy little beans, and I'm like, I know they are not this happy in this anime, but they're
No,
looking
no.
super cute,
But we
frolicking,
can pretend.
and with their little sparkles, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna squeeze him. He's so cute.
I know in these anime, like these people that draw like this stuff, like these drawings for the animes,
Mm-hmm.
like they're quick on it too. Like on
Oh my gosh,
Twitter
yeah.
or X or whatever.
Whatever. Twitter,
Like
it's
if an
Twitter
episode
forever.
comes out, yeah, it's Twitter. Um like an episode will come out and they'll be like, boom, fan art. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. Wow. I do enjoy this a lot. And then also I love the ones that pique my curiosity in my brain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll leave
We'll
that
leave it at that.
for you get yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave that for the imagination. Okay, so since we're on the topic of anime, I
Mm-hmm.
know One Piece is a long, long,
Yep.
long,
In it for the long haul.
long journey.
Mm-hmm.
But do you plan on watching anything else? Like, are you gonna watch anything on top of watching One Piece, or are you gonna try and I don't even know if you can finish it. Like, is that even possible?
Probably not. I will
Yeah.
probably be in perpetual motion forever with One Piece. Um I do, however, which I know is probably like the cardinal sin of all anime watchers, I watch it dubbed, specifically because I don't speak Japanese. And so I would
Mhm.
have to sit there and read the television, and I can't do anything else.
Yeah, you definitely have to like hyper focus it on it when
Yes.
you watch it subbed, because
Yes.
if you look away for 1 second, you could
You
miss a
miss it
whole
all.
chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You miss everything. And so the one thing that I took away with a lot of people when I talk to people who have watched One Piece, I get a lot of, there's a lot of filler. There's a lot of like, that's why they're remaking it, because there's so much filler. Because when I started One Piece and I was like 20 episodes in, it felt very like Sunday morning cartoons, where it's a 20-minute episode, so you don't get very far into the story. So like a lot still has to happen, but they don't want to move the story too fast.
Mhm.
So I, in my mind, watching it dubbed isn't that bad, because I can tell when there's filler and I don't need to pay attention. And then other like things, I'm like, I will actually like sit and watch certain episodes, like the whole Alabasta arc that I just went through. I actually sat and watched a lot of that because there was a lot going on. There was a lot of characters. They were constantly flipping back and forth. So I was like, I have to pay attention to this. I have to know who these people are. I have to look at the flashbacks, stuff like that. But that's like not until like episode like 90-ish. So before that, I was just like, it's like Sunday morning cartoons. It's background noise. I don't have to look at it. It's fine. So I think when we get to the remake of One Piece coming out, I will probably watch it dubbed, or I mean, subbed. Sorry,
Subbed. Yeah.
subbed, and then actually like sit and pay attention. But because I know there is so much filler, I'm not too worried about it right now. And honestly, the anime community and my friends should just be very proud that I've picked an anime and
Yeah.
I've actually started watching an anime and we can talk about anime. But I do, honestly, it's going to depend on the podcast, because we've got a lot of new seasons for shows that you and I both love coming out. And so because our podcast
Yeah,
is
that's true.
still newish, like we're gonna go through the Stranger Things series, and then we'll go through Reacher, and we're going through a bunch of shows in preparation for new seasons coming out. So I think maybe once we
Yeah.
stop like rewatching so much, then I will squeeze in. Like, I still want to finish Attack on Titan,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, and I want to watch Chainsaw Man. Mainly because I want to start buying the merchandise for it. I
Yeah,
will
you're like, I see
not
all this stuff
let
everywhere.
myself buy the merchandise if I haven't seen the show because I don't know what it means or who these people are. I really want to watch Chainsaw Man
I know
because
Chainsaw Man's a dangerous one. Pochita is everywhere,
Pochita!
and he's adorable.
He's so cute. I was literally in FYE this weekend and they had the little it's not a Funko Pop. It is the oh my gosh, the other one. Why can't I think of what it is? Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Not a Funko Pop?
It was not a, but it's similar. U2s. The U2s
Oh.
figures, but they have one of Pochita. And I'm like, I want Pochita in my collection, but I haven't seen the show he is in, so I can't buy it.
Well, if you do want to start it ever soon, it's that one's only 12 episodes.
Yeah.
So that one's real
Yeah, yeah.
short
So,
so
yeah.
far. But yeah, Pochita, he's so cute. I also love
He's
him so
so
much, and I
cute.
have him also everywhere,
Yeah.
including tattooed on me because
I was about to say you had a
I am
tattoo.
obsessed.
Because
Yeah,
he's so cute. I
he
love
is. And that
him.
that is the one manga that I actually keep up on week to week.
Oh.
Like every although I forgot to read it yesterday, but
Yeah.
I am fully caught up week to week. Like that's my jam. I love that manga. I love that anime. If you haven't watched Chainsaw Man, watch Chainsaw Man. Watch Chainsaw Man. Watch Jujutsu Kaisen. Maybe watch One Piece. I don't know if you're brave. I'm not recommending it, but Jamie might recommend it.
I would recommend One Piece. I would recommend One Piece. Again, I know it's like the cardinal sin to watch anything dubbed instead of subbed, but I'm telling you right now, if you're like me and you're a crafter or you're doing something where you can't fully pay attention, but you want background noise and you want something that's different, I highly recommend One Piece. It is really good. I love a bunch of the characters so far. I was gonna say all the characters. I don't love all of the characters. I think one of the main characters that drives me the most insane, at least in the beginning, was Nami.
I
And
know who that is, I think.
yes, you do because you thought she was pretty in the live action. She's the one with the
Oh,
orange
yeah, yeah.
hair.
Mhm.
Um, and she is very pretty as a drawn subject as well. But which, I mean, there's always going to be a character that is in it for themselves and all about the money and things like that, and she uses her looks to her advantage, and I don't mind any of that. It's just the way she talks to my sweet baby angels. Like, no. How dare you
Not
yell at Sanji
allowed.
for that? How dare you tell Zoro he's dumb? Like, it's just stuff like that. So she rubs me the wrong way because she's, I don't want to say like mean because she's not like mean in a bad way. She's just mean to get what she wants, kind of thing. Um, and I understand her purpose as a character, but she's just like she's not my favorite, and she's not my favorite out of the female characters that I've met so far. So far, Vivi is my favorite, which I'm really sad that she wasn't in the live action because Vivi as a character is amazing because she is a princess who infiltrates a super secret criminal organization to save her country. And she ends up doing it. So, girl power for Vivi. Her sidekick is also a duck, which I love.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. He has a little hat and she gets to ride him around and it's great. Um, also, a random note, I can't believe how long it took for us to meet Chopper. Like, Chopper
I love
is
Chopper.
literally
I've never seen One Piece. I know who Chopper is, and I
he is
very
adorable.
cute. He's
I
very adorable.
love Chopper. But like literally, he is not. He's like in. I think he's in the 80s, slash
Oh my
90s.
god. Now I really don't want to
Yes,
watch it. Now I
that's
really
because
don't want to start it.
here's the thing: is I watched the live action with Wyatt, so he's always talking about characters and things like that, and I've seen pictures and reels and all of this, and so I'm like, okay, because Chopper's like Chopper, Nami, Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy are like the core of the Straw Hat Pirates, right? So I'm thinking like, because we pretty much got Zoro was in like episode like one, and Sanji was a few episodes later, and Nami was a few episodes later. So I'm like, Chopper's got to be like soon, right? No, we go on so many adventures without Chopper, and I'm like, when are we getting to Chopper? Like, where is Chopper? And then we get to meet Chopper, and he has the most tragic backstory of all of them. And so he's just a sweet baby angel, and I love Chopper, and he's so cute. And I do think it's funny because Luffy eats everything in sight. He's always hungry, and he constantly suggests that Chopper can be used as like extra food, and Chopper freaks out every time, and it makes me laugh. But Chopper is adorable. I love Chopper.
Yes. Yeah, me too. I've never seen it, but I love Chopper in the way you love Pochita.
Yeah, see,
Like it's the
balance.
same thing. Yeah, it's balance. Exactly. But I think that's all that I have. I just wanted to let everybody know how much I love Gojo and how much I
Hmm.
love Jujutsu Kaisen.
Hmm.
And anime men in general reign top tier.
Yeah. Who's
Okay?
your
You don't
second
need
favorite anime man?
oh,
Because
gosh,
obviously
that one's
Gojo is
tough.
number one, but who's number two? Or who's your top three? Because Gojo is obviously one.
That's true. Gojo is one. I'm trying to think.
You think about that. I'm going to tell everybody right now. So when I started and I say when I started, I haven't gotten very far into Attack on Titan. I'm still at the beginning of season two. Um, the only thing I ever really knew about Attack on Titan was all the people who went crazy over Levi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as I watched through season one, I was like, okay, like I see it. I get it. I think I even mentioned this in our Attack on Titan episode. But now that Levi has sat in my mind for a while, he's the little grumpy character, and I love me a good grumpy character. And
He's very
so,
grumpy.
yes, and I love that. And also, very random, Hello Kitty does a lot of collaborations with anime stuff, and so when they pair off like characters that are similar, Levi
Yes.
is paired as Bats Maru, and Bats Maru is my favorite Sanrio character. So now Levi is officially my favorite character from Attack on Titan. Simply
Which I
because
think is funny
he is the Bats
because
Maru.
my favorite character is
Mm-hmm.
Cinema Roll,
Oh, uh huh.
but I feel like I resonate more with Bats Maru because I'm like I'm always
Oh, yeah.
grumpy, you know.
Do you want to know a
Um,
fun fact about Bats Maru?
yes.
His birthday is April 1st.
My God, you guys are birthday twins.
I know!
Wow, that is truly
Yeah.
that tops anything I'll ever do in my life, honestly.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I think he was released. I don't think it was my birth year. I feel like he was released in 1993, so he is 1 year older than I am.
Oh my gosh, you guys
That
are
means Bats
basically
Maru's 30. Bats
wow.
Maru is 30, flirty and thriving.
The more you know. The more you know. But my okay, I would say here. I'm gonna say my top two favorite anime characters. Obviously, Gojo
Yes.
and Tengen from Demon Slayer,
Ooh, that's
who
another one
is
I've been wanting to watch too.
the most beautiful, flamboyant,
Ah, yes.
white-haired. Just he's got three wives. Like man is a legend. Okay, I
Hmm.
love him so much. I would say those are my two top anime crushes. There's more. I have more, but I love the white-haired ones. I don't know what to I don't
You
know what to say.
do. You do.
I do. But
But
that's all I
yes.
got. I love white-haired anime characters.
Mhm.
You guys should too,
Mhm.
or not. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe just watch some anime and decide that for yourself.
Yes. Oh, so pretty. Um
Yes, he's
as
very
you
pretty.
mentioned things, I'm googling so that I know what you're talking about, and but yeah, the what's his name? Tengen?
Tengen.
Tengen.
Yeah.
I remember him because I like his bejeweled headband thing that he
Mhm.
wears. It's very
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, and spoiler,
Mhm.
it's not a big spoiler, but he loses an eye
Mhm.
in this last season, I think, or the season before. And so he gets a bejeweled eye patch.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
And he also has these little buff mice that carry his swords around, and
Oh,
they also wear like bejeweled headbands.
yeah. I think I
Yeah.
remember here. I think it's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's
Mice.
the one that's tattooed on my leg.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I'm pretty sure she has a tattoo of that.
I do.
Oh
I
my
do have the buff. I
gosh.
do have the buff
I
mouse
love
from
the
Demon
buff
Slayer.
mouse. So
And it's a
cute.
matching tattoo, so like that's
Okay,
you
yeah, I
know,
remember that too.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, they're
Yes.
so
So,
cute.
I know, and they're so strong and buff and wonderful.
I want small buff mice to carry my stuff.
Me too.
Be great. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. I want one.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. For because you're a big anime weeb, and you and I are both collectors of various things. So,
Yes.
what is from anime specifically? What is the thing you collect the most of? Like, do you buy the
Probably
most? Like,
Funko Pops, honestly,
nice.
because there's so many.
Yeah.
And they just keep coming out with so many. Like I couldn't even imagine the selection of like One Piece ones.
There's actually
Um,
not that many. I mean,
really?
okay. Let me backtrack that statement. They've had a few like collections, but I don't know when they were released, but they were very hard to track down because a lot of them are only being sold by like resellers, so they're expensive.
Mm,
So they're
yeah.
like $20 and up, and I actually ordered 3. So I have Zoro and Sanji, and I'm so mad because Funko actually re-released them on their website, so they're like normal Funko Pop price now. I only paid a little bit more. Like I think Sanji, I feel like was maybe like 14, and I think Zoro was like 16 or 17. So I didn't pay like an outrageous
Oh
amount.
my gosh, that reminds me.
Yes.
I didn't mean to like cut you straight off.
You're fine.
I'm gonna forget about this.
Yep.
But so My Hero Academia
Yes.
had this Funko Pop, and it's called Battle Deku, and it's where he's like in his hero outfit and it's like ripping off of him.
Mhm.
Anyways, it's super cool. But it was a Hot Topic exclusive, and they only
Mhm.
released like a certain amount of them,
Yeah.
and then like never stocked them again. So they were selling for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars,
Uh-huh.
like hundreds, like $500,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Hot Topic
Ridiculous.
re-released them.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
and so I bought one for $12.
Oh.
I don't know.
Ew, yeah.
I think they might be slightly different because, like, I think they technically consider the first one like version one, although I don't know how you
Yeah.
can tell. Because to me they look the same, and I'm not like in it for the money
You're just in
aspect.
it
I'm in
for
it
the
because, like,
collector because that's
yeah,
your
like I like the
character.
pops. I'm gonna buy
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. They did that. I wonder if because if the first one was released long enough ago, because they've done that with Supernatural, I've noticed, because I have a quote unquote original Sam and Dean, and they're a slightly like their head shape is different than the current head
Hmm.
shape of the Funkos. So I wonder if that was the difference. If it was just made with an old enough mold the first time, and then now it's the new mold style. Because
Yeah.
that's the only difference I ever found, at least between my Sams and my Deans that I have.
I'm so glad Funko updated their like the really old Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Some of them I'm like, man, these are
These are
not
not
even that
it.
cool. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, why did I buy these?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, give me all of them. I literally have so many. It's
Yeah. We both
ridiculous.
do. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
but
bad.
yeah. But anyways, so I have Zoro and Sanji, and then I actually ordered Shanks off of eBay because he was 20 because it was Christmas, and I'm like, treat yourself. He was 23. And I didn't realize when I bought him at the time that he was coming from China. It was free shipping, and that
Oh.
was all I looked at, right? So the expected arrival date came and went, but because it was coming from China, I was like, okay, so maybe it'll take a couple weeks more because like that's a long like journey for this Funko Pop. Um, and so I emailed the seller saying, "Hey, I never got it, but I still want it." And then they just immediately refunded my money. So I was like, "Oh." So if anybody sees a Shanks Funko Pop, I specifically want the one where he's holding the straw hat in his hand and not the one where he's holding, I think he has a sword or something in his hand in the other version. Um, and for a decent price, let me know because I am on the search for it. But so I have two of my anime men as Funko Pops, but I'm hoping with the live action and kind of the rise once again to popularity for One Piece that they'll be a little more common to find. I will also
Mhm.
eventually have to get an Ace because I like Ace. I will say I have officially, I would say, made myself an anime weeb because I did pre-order a statue of Shanks to go into my room. So I feel like that's the ultimate testament to being an anime weeb is when you start pre-ordering stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you've made it.
I'm there now. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode.
I think so. I think we covered our love for anime men.
Yes. So down below, we will ask you who is your anime crush, and if you can't just pick one, like Kacie and I can never pick just one. Tell us like your top like three, and obviously what anime they come from because I'm not gonna know. Casey'll know. I'm not gonna know. So let us know. Also, let us know. Have you started your One Piece journey? Have you gotten to that level yet of commitment, or are you going to be like Casey and you're just going to chicken out and never do it? Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast because you've made it this far. You might as well subscribe. We post every Tuesday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We also have an Instagram, a TikTok, and a Facebook page that you guys can check out below. It'll be linked in our link tree. You can follow Kacie and I on Instagram so you can keep up to date with our projects. Like I have a YouTube channel. Casey's got some exciting stuff happening. Also, don't forget to check out my Etsy shop, the pineapple outpost because I know how to talk. Um, we will hopefully within the next, I'm gunning for a couple weeks. We'll have some stickers available for you to purchase and support the podcast. Don't forget to tell all your friends and your family and your dog to listen to the podcast. We are well on our way to being able to monetize the podcast and letting you guys donate to the podcast so we can start doing cool stuff. I think that's pretty much it. So we will see you guys in the next episode. So goodbye.
Bye.